Hi everyone, my name is Maggie Rooney and I'm going to be giving a presentation on genetics-based methods for pest control in agriculture. I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of a summary of some of the information from the article that we learned about. I'm going to start off by talking about how many insects are a major cause of both economical and agricultural harm to our global economy, and annually our global economy spends billions upon billions of dollars on pest control. One of the methods that we've read about is called the sterile insect technique, and how we do that now, modern day, is we are feeding these insects an artificial diet. This artificial diet allows us to expose mass amounts of insects to radiation that causes chromosomal damage, and the goal is for these insects to go and be released into a target area and mate with wild insects, and they're able to adapt the traits of the genetically modified ones. This was created in the 1930s to 1940s by a couple geneticists by the names of Kipling, Vanderplank, and Sarabrowski. SIT has come a long way since the 1930s and 1940s, and we are basically releasing mass-reared sterile insects into the wild. Mathematical modeling is something that we use to help us understand the potential effects of these genetically modifying methods on the insect populations that we're targeting. And it helps us get answers to questions about biological processes, designing appropriate traits, predicting the impacts of the fitness costs, informing and designing evaluation of the experiments, and exploring the potential benefits of genetically modifying these insects. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple pieces of evidence that I found interesting from the article that I wanted to share. The first one is talking about diamondback moths, a pretty prevalent form of moth that costs the global economy approximately $4 to $5 billion a year in lost crop costs and also pest management. This is from an article in 2012 by Zulicki. And according to a 2008 study by Frisvold and Reeves, the high-dose refuge strategy is an intertemporal trade-off. And what I mean by intertemporal trade-off is that you basically suffer now for benefit later. So a lot of these genetic-based methods, you can have crop loss when you first start it, but then you're doing this for retention of future value of your crops. So that would be the trade-off. And SIT has been very successful in specifically pink bollworm and medfly populations. And according to a 2000 study by Deek, mathematical modeling is useful to provide insight that we can use to improve these methods. So mathematical modeling can look at these methods in different target areas and see what we can be doing better, where our fallbacks were, and what we can do better for the next target area. My personal opinion on this is I'm unsure how I feel about genetically modifying something that is just on this earth. I feel a little bit weird about that. I do understand the potential benefits here, but I do understand that there's also a lot of factors that can cause failure in this. And those factors can be the ratio of wild insects to sterile insects, the sex ratio of wild insects to the sterile. All of that needs to be in the correct ratio, or we can have failure. And I do understand that genetically modifying these insects can save billions of dollars annually for our global economy. And I do hope that this could lead to less pesticides needing to be used on our crops, which is definitely a good side for me. But all in all, I'm still a little bit unsure, maybe until we have some more future research done.